Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into this review of Married at First Sight Nashville Reunion Part 2. So we continue with Kirsten and Shaquille. Shaquille said he got in his head and it caused him to say no on decision day. Shaquille said he regrets his decision and ultimately feels like he was not good enough for Kirsten. Kirsten said that was all him. She always encouraged Shaquille and let him know that he was enough for her. Kirsten gave pushback because she feels like they had that time and it didn't happen. So she don't feel like they should have another chance. They bring out Shaquille and Kirsten's mom. Shaquille's mom says she was excited for Shaquille for this process, and Kirsten was beautiful and that the families got along so well at the wedding. Kirsten's mom said, "We love and support both of them and we will see what happens." Kirsten lets it be known that her family is small, but Shaq wanted to feel included and spend time with Kirsten's family. Kirsten's mom said Shaquille's feelings were valid about spending time with Kirsten and her family. So they show a never before scene where Kirsten basically says she didn't want to be seen with Shaquille in Nashville because if the marriage didn't work out, people wouldn't have to have any questions. Girl, now I see why Shaquille was conflicted, because if I'm with someone and they don't want to be seen with me, it would be a problem for me. Shaquille said this created insecurities because Kirsten had pushback. You know, she had her walls up. She wanted to basically keep her life private. And if the marriage didn't work, she wouldn't have to answer any questions. And for me, I'm like, that's not a good way to go into a marriage. For me, I want to see how an individual acts and reacts in any given situation. This tells a lot about a person and how they consider you and treat you in any given situation. Shaquille's mom says she wishes everything would have worked out for them because they would have been a beautiful power couple. And Kirsten is still her daughter-in-law. Kirsten's mom said she would be happy if they got back together. They decide to go out to dinner to talk and see where it can go with them. They show Shaquille and Kirsten walking back to the dressing room, and Kirsten saying to Shaquille she don't want Shaquille to feel pressured. He said he don't feel pressured and that he was speaking from his heart. Kirsten says she just wants him to be honest. And that's all you can ask for, child, because some of these men out here today, but let me stop rambling, okay? So they sit with the experts sit with Kirsten and Shaquille. Kevin said he saw hope and that they should speak with the experts. She reassured Shaq that he was enough. Kirsten said, looking back, had they just sat down and talked more, they would have had a better outcome. Shaquille said he can see them starting fresh, but on a better foot and get past what they went through. But right now, he is grateful that they are friends. So they asked Kirsten if she's hearing what Shaquille is saying. She said, you know, she's at a loss for words and don't know if it's genuine and wants to make sure it's a heart to heart. Kirsten is definitely hurt from this, okay? So Pastor Cal said, obviously, there is still hurt and feelings there, but no one is initiating the conversation. So Dr. Pepper says to Shaquille, because Shaquille was the one who said no, he has to be the reassurer, since he has to make her feel secure. Shaquille apologized to Kirsten for hurting her, and he wants to talk to see where they can go. Kirsten said, listen, I am not to be played with, okay? And I need to know 100% how you feel about me. And I don't have time for my emotions to be all over the place. And Shaquille said he understood. So then they bring out Dominique and McKinley. They talk about how well they got along in the beginning and the honeymoon. McKinley feels like Dom was overwhelmed with his personality and his jokes. Dom felt that on her application, she asked for someone from Nashville because she didn't want to leave Nashville. She didn't feel confident that McKinley would be stable and stay in Nashville. McKinley said he don't feel like he misled Dom, but if things had worked out, he planned on staying in Nashville. Dom said she had no intentions of saying she wanted a divorce that night. Dom said she had no intentions of saying she wanted to divorce that night. But McKinley started saying how he was checked out. So she was like, why waste each other's time? But feels like she could have stayed longer. Dom feels like if McKinley wanted to be, in this marriage, he would not have gave up so easily. Dom wanted him to fight for her. So they show a never before scene that didn't make it to the camera, a dinner between McKinley and Dom. McKinley was a little rude to Dom. McKinley said he was in his feelings and apologized to Dom for the way he talked to her. So they talked about McKinley date with Gina. He thinks Gina is cool. They both are dating, both meaning Dom and McKinley. Kevin asked, what have they learned? Dom said she learned to ask more questions and to soften up a little bit because she has a very hard exterior. And you kind of do. Okay. McKinley said he learned that he has to communicate more and to be more patient. And that was pretty much that on that. And then they had Gina and McKinley out. They show a clip where both said that they noticed each other at the airport when they were going to the honeymoon. McKinley said he was more attracted to Gina than Dom. I really don't know why they got so much airtime. It was basically they were attracted to each other, but they were married or matched with different people. And now that their marriages did not work out, they are open to dating each other. They bring all the husbands out. The husband says that they hang out, they have a great time together. They have become good friends. They talk about Eris and him having a sexless marriage. He felt that they were not on the same page and felt that SEX would have confused things with Jasmine, and he respects her enough not to do that to her. Well, thank God you didn't have the F-boy mentality and, mess with Jasmine's feelings and emotions, okay? So I could appreciate Eris for that. So they talk about Kirsten and Shaquille, and Kirsten asked Shaquille to buy her a house. He said he knows that she was joking about the $3 million house, but said that she was setting her standards, okay, in a joking kind of way, okay? He said looking back, he would not have taken it so seriously. They bring up Gina and McKinley and take it to Clint. He said he had no problem with Gina and McKinley dating. They talk about how their DMs have blown up. They talk about how the men's DMs have blown up. Child, I can't. Okay. How come we don't hear that about the women? But anyway, the experts come out, Pastor Cal, Dr. Pepper, and Dr. Pia. They bring out Dom and McKinley. The expert / Dr. Pepper felt that Dom gave up too soon and didn't let the relationship play out. Dom gets emotional because she reflects on how she acted and do feel sad that she didn't give the marriage a chance. McKinley and Dom both realized that, both of them had great attributes, but, neither one of them gave the marriage a chance. So they bring all the couples back out at the end to discuss some things that happened in the show. They talk about Dom and Clint sharing a kiss based on a dare. Both said they were just going with the flow. They talk about Nicole and butting into everyone's relationship, but Shaquille said it was out of love. But sometimes they were like, Chris, come get your wife. Kirsten said that Nicole means well and she has a good heart. Shaquille and Kirsten shared with the couples what happened when they spoke with the expert. Kirsten said she needs to be more specific and clear and concise and let Shaquille know what she wants. So Kevin asks her, what does she want? She starts laughing. She says she's not sure right now. Shaquille said he wants to work towards being friends, but at the end, he wants Kirsten to be happy and he wants to be happy. They show a scene where Jasmine and Eris did impersonations. It was a funny scene. I think they should have included that scene because it wouldn't have made Eris look like a total a-hole, okay? This came up because they had to come up with something for the couples retreat. The couples thought it was very funny. They impersonated Clint and they impersonated Shaquille and Kirsten. So Kirsten and Shaquille impersonates Eris, not getting in any nookie. It was very funny. So they talk about Clint and him loving Hank so much, But can you tell me why Gina and Clint was crying like something happened to Hank? I really thought something happened to the dog that the way they was crying, okay? So they finished off with the crazy moments and comments that were made throughout the show. The host asked them, did this process change them? Jasmine says she has grown from this process. She says she speaks up more and would be a better wife. Gina said it made her fearless. Shaq said, don't be afraid to listen, learn, and love. And that was the end of the episode. So we got one more episode coming up with the couples again to see where everybody stand, I'm assuming. So I see they extending things to see, what happened with the couples, which is pretty cool. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.